welcome to the Full Thrive YouTube channel. I'm Lisa. I'm a freelance copywriter who also coaches other copywriters. In this session, we're talking about wireframes, and in particular about something called user experience copywriting. Ever heard of UX? Does it have anything to do with copywriting? If you're building wireframes and helping a client build a website or navigate through how they should lay out a website, then you're going to want to know what user experience is, and I'm going to share that with you next. So that's why when I talk about copywriting is more than words, this particular topic of user experience, if you can get used to dropping the term into your conversation, into some of your communications, your emails, your messages, whatever, just enough. Don't set yourself up for they're like, oh, tell me more about user experience. And you're like, well, you don't want to back yourself into a corner, but you should know just enough to be dangerous. Just enough to be dangerous, which is how I feel. And I'm just going to share with you the little bit that I know, because I think it's important for you to understand it and then for you to educate your client and impress a potential client. Okay, so what is UX? Somebody calls it UX. We can say user experience. It's not UE, it's UX. If you're on a website, it would be like a visitor experience because they're not necessarily using your product. They're just reading the words, or a reader's experience. So UX is everything from, it can be found on a blog post is UX could be there, UX copy. Lead magnets, emails have UX in them. It's the experience someone has when they're reading your words in whatever medium you are doing your copywriting in. Most commonly, it's just called user experience. So try not to be fancy or clever and the website visitor experience, WVE. Don't do that. Just keep it UX, okay? And how do you know what forms the basis of the UX? Go back to what I taught you in Think Like a Copywriter. You've got to understand who you're talking to, who your ideal customer is, your ideal visitor, your ideal reader. What do they need? What do they value? And most importantly with UX, what do you want them to do next? Now, what you want them to do next is a little bit different than what you want them to do in the end. So our call to action. There is movement. So let me just focus on websites because, as much as I want to try to continue to say you can do it with all the things, let's call it like it is. Let's talk about websites, sales pages, landing pages. Sometimes they are just not ready to buy now, register now. And in fact, it's unkind to assume that. And you might go, well, Lisa, why is there a call to action button right up in the header every single time? Do you know why? We don't expect anybody to click on that. That would be the least clickable button on the whole page. Right up in the header, right there. Brand message, click now. Don't even bother reading the rest of the website. We want you to buy now. No. And this is why, if you have a client that goes, why are we putting a button up so high? You are foreshadowing. You are teasing. You are telling the person, this is what I'm going to ask you to do further down the page, further down the email in a little bit. So you can think of it that way, okay? You're managing expectations up front. Man, if you like what you're going to read, this is what I'm going to ask you to do. Register today, okay? So there's a difference between that call to action and what do you want them to do next. And I'll get into that in a little bit further into what we're talking about here. But sometimes people need to identify or choose a path on a website before they make that call to action. And user experience or UX copy, it is what a copywriter does, is it moves people through the experience to get them to be ready for that call to action. Is that helpful? Is that good? Okay. I know I'm kind of going over it in a lot of detail, but it is so important. The website graphics, the buttons, the pictures are all very important in guiding. But you as the copywriter write the words that guide. Your words should help people find clarity, to make a decision. You are helping them choose yes or no. Go here, go there, left, right. Okay, so you want to help them move through the website marketing material with your words. On top of that, you are going to give direction. You also, and you've seen these amazing websites and we love them. They're cute, they're funny, they're cheeky, they're sarcastic, they have personality. They have a brand identity. So it's a combination of what the button looks like that the website designer will create and the words you put on that button that you would be doing as the copywriter. Okay, so UX copy has those kind of, that combination. It's not an exact science, but I just want you to get an idea of how important those things are. Hey, I hope you found that useful. You know, adding wireframes to your copywriting business is a really great way to show up like an expert, deliver your work more professionally, and get paid more of those expert rates. You know, what you just saw was a little bit of a training I do called Frame Like a Copywriter. It's a 3-week intensive that allows you to add wireframing as one of the tools that you deliver to clients. So if you're looking to level up as a copywriter, and also in this program, not only am I going to show you wireframing, we are going to wireframe a homepage together, and you're going to walk away with 3 fully built templates that you can use with your next client: a homepage, a sales page, and a landing page. This is going to help you get a running start as a copywriter if you're getting into website or sales page copywriting. If you're interested, click the link below and jump on the wait list.